We were talking about Harry Kane. We heard from Stuart Pearce saying, maybe now's the time to give him a break and look at something different. Ben from Essex has just said, morning guys, surely warm-up games leading to tournaments is when you're meant to chop and change and try new things, not when you're at a tournament. He has a point, doesn't he? I mean, England, Ash, they've got to win this game this evening. If they come second, they'll play Germany in the last 16.
Yeah, I think that, if things have gone different in the first two group games where we'd come out with 6 points, then I think the players that haven't been involved as much would then get to play in that last game, because then you need them ready for obviously the last 16 as well. You need everybody ready in the squad, but that hasn't happened, and you want to win the group, and resting players at this stage. I don't think any player is going to want to be rested either, to be honest. I think everybody wants to be out on that pitch again tonight, to go out there and put on a performance and get the 3 points, and like I say, qualify top of the group and feel fresh going into the last 16. Like I say, you can tinker with maybe one or two. I do think that there'll be one or two changes, but you don't want to see wholesale changes at this time in the group and going into and ready for that last 16 game.
It's a funny one, actually, Jeff. I've seen Slovenia a couple of times. Obviously, I was at their game against Denmark. I actually think out the teams in the group, this is and I might be wrong, but I would stick my neck out and say this is the game that will suit England more, or most rather. The fact that Slovenia are pretty straightforward, actually. They're a 4-4-2. They've got a couple of lads up front. Šeško, you probably know, the young lad at Leipzig who's done very, very well. And they've got a wee guy that buzzes around them, Adra. But I just think that formation, the 4-4-2, England will suit playing against England. And I fully expect a far better and more consistent level of performance from England tonight. I really do.
Mm. And Ash, they're not going to leave Harry Kane out under any circumstances, are they?
I don't think so. I don't think Gareth would make that decision right now at this stage. And like I say, unless we had got the 6 points in the first two games, I think that's when you could have tinkered and brought on someone else that could have played like an Ollie Watkins or an Ivan Toney. But like I say, Harry Kane won't want to be dropped. He won't want to be rested if that's the case. He'll want to go out and play. And like you say there, Ali, the Slovenia have got a team there, 4-4-2. Like I say, the strikers there, they got the man off him as well. That I can see it being an England performance that the one that we need going into the last 16. That we're going to have possession, and like I say, you want to see us creating shots. You want to see people getting in the pockets, getting turned, playing forward, and scoring goals. And I think that's what tonight's performance is due.
Brilliant text from Pompey Adam, who says there's only one person who's miles off it, and that's Gabby himself.
I've got to say to you, Jeff. I need to say to you, Jeff, I'm getting my cards on the table. I miss him. We need him back out here. Germany needs Gabi Bornlehor. I never think I'd be saying that in my lifetime, I tell you.
Yeah, and when he's having a moan, he's only taking the mickey, folks. He doesn't really, believe all the things that he was saying there. Look, let's take a couple of quick calls, shall we? Phil is an Aston Villa fan. Morning, Phil.
Morning.
Morning, Phil.
Morning, guys. How are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, good. What do you got to say, Phil?
Brilliant, Phil.
Look, I mean, it's a slightly controversial one, but I think that he needs to drop Harry Kane. I think in the 20 minutes against Denmark, the Watkins and the other changes that Gareth brought on, we offered far more of a threat. A lot of people might turn around and say, obviously I'm biased because I'm a Villa fan. But, you can't argue with that, the facts. We offered far more of a threat. Now, I just think that when we play Kane, and you can't argue, he is our record goal scorer, but he comes too deep, which I feel then, when we do break, we don't have a focal point up front. With Ollie running the channels and with a little bit more pace, I think it's important that we get at Slovenia very, very quickly, get those couple of goals, and put on a performance. And I just don't think, with the way that the system's set up, that Southgate has the system set up, is that it doesn't really suit anyone else except Harry Kane. And that's why I think we have a problem, is that when we do try something different, it's largely ineffectual because we're only set up one way. But I just feel that, Slovenia there to be got at. We need to put on a performance, and I don't think that we have enough pace in the attack with Kane.
And fellas, when there's no question when Ollie came on for the final 20 minutes or so, he made an impact, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And, playing with Ollie, myself, you know what he brings. He's going to run in the channels. He's going to come short. He can get in the box. He can score. He's got an all-round ability. The only question for me is, with Harry Kane, that it's the way he plays. He's not going to be one that's going to run in behind. He plays. He comes to feet. And like you said there, Phil, he's not got the record for no reason. He's played that way for Tottenham. He's played that way for Bayern. He's played that way for England. He's got on the score sheet. He's brought people into play. And I think that's why, for me, I'd want to see one holding midfielder with two more attacking ones, and then, like you say, an Anthony Gordon or a Cole Palmer or an Eze on the left with a Saka on the right to them threaten and going behind. And like I say, the Slovenia game tonight, I think will be set up more for England to get in behind and, play with more possession and threaten more. And I think that, of course, we can have an Ollie or an Ivan Toney that can come off the bench again. And like I say, I don't think Harry Kane's going to be dropped tonight. It'll be a game where England, I think, the confidence will start becoming more and more with a good performance.
Do you think, Ash, that obviously Gary Lineker's hit the headlines this week, hasn't he? Was he too harsh in his criticism of Harry and the team in general?
I think it was a little bit too harsh, but like I say, everybody's got an opinion and everyone's entitled to their opinion of the England team. Like I say, everyone just wants to see the best for the England team because we know what this team can give, what this team can bring. And, you're seeing the other teams, the Germanys, the Spains, how they're going along nicely and, getting getting points on the board. And, that's what we want to see with England. Like I say, we've got 4 points and, could it have been more? Yeah, of course it could have been. And could we have rested a few tonight? Yeah, we could have. But, we're in a stage now where we've got 4 points. We want to win the game. We want to build more confidence when we're then going into the last 16 game.
Actually, I know you've got to go. Have you signed that contract yet?
Yep, it's all signed.
Oh, good lad. Look forward to seeing you again next year. It sounds like Dominic's going to be staying, Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well. So all good news as far as Everton's concerned. Enjoy the rest of the tournament, Ash. Speak to you soon.
Thank you. Will
See
do.
you, mate.
Cheers.
Take care.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.